Hey YouTube, this is Dan making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Just wanted to show you what this up and coming project for me. I bought this rasp on last Saturday, I think it was. It's a old rasp for use on either wood, or a lot of them been used for farrowing work, so working on horse hooves. Anyway, this one's an old one, Basoli. I won't read the rest of it. Dopey or something. Yeah, made in Italy. Anyway, old rasp. Anyway, I cut it off with the cutting disc, and then I've ground it. It's 5.5 mil right at the end there. Lawson's going to use the rest of that bit for a knife project, and I want to make an oversized, because the tine's quite large and thick. I'm going to draw that out, probably end up being this long because it's nice and thick. Draw it out so that it gets this thinner profile, so I can do a nice curl. Yeah, it'll probably come out about that far, but I've retained all the made in Italy part. Now, I did run this. I've only got a little bench grinder here. I have got a very small belt grinder, but it's crapped itself. It's not real good. I got it for free, but which is fantastic. But it's had its last days anyway. So I don't really use it much, but I've only got a little 5-6 inch belt bench grinder. Anyway, I ground it out as best I could, tried to start getting the roll on the back edge, and I did try and take as much of the rasp teeth, because they, as with most rasps, even the old ones that they think are worn out, are very aggressive on the side there. You don't need that aggression when you're using it for striking. I made it about the same size as, this is my standard pattern. If I put it up tine to tine, this is my standard pattern wheelchair colonial. So the tine sort of starts about there. So you're getting a indication. It's an oversized striker. I wanted that because the tine's going to be a bit bigger. So yeah, I just went slightly larger in all dimensions, which these rasps are, except the strike face, incidentally, will be about the same. So yeah, I normally try to get a really good roll here, because if you notice, you're wanting this grazing action. That gets you your best sparks. So you want to roll and graze like that, and that's the way I try to curve that, to facilitate that rolling and striking, where you get effortless sparks on a sharp edge. Anyway, I am trying to facilitate, to replicate that roll there, but I didn't want to impact on the logo marks. Wheelchair seems to punch it. It has a smaller writing, and it's in the middle, and I really can get that roll on. But I'll try to put it on the 72 when I go over to Jack's place, and I'll definitely probably be going over the sides again, trying to, either that or I might hit it with the flatter. When you put the flatter on and then give it a good whack once it's orange, that really does settle the grip down. It's not too bad at the moment. It feels quite good. I did go over it several times, but that's just a rough shape. I will go over it with a 72-inch grinder and just go over the whole thing, and because I found the more you do the initial grinding with the 72, and it does sound a little bit bad, because you're limiting the amount of forging you have to do. But the way I look at it, you do only the amount of forging you need to do, because the more you work the metal, the more chance you've got of a crack, because I'm doing a severe quench in water. So I get it up to bright orange, non-magnetic, well past non-magnetic. It's a bright orange, white orange, and it's quenched in water, which is a very severe quench, and I do run the risk of getting a crack, especially on this thinner stuff. And working thinner stuff too, at those temperatures, I can snap them off. So yeah, that's why I don't like doing. I do the least amount of forging that I have to do. So yeah, a bit of a tangent, but I'm trying to explain my what I do. So that's why I do tend to spend a fair bit of time grinding it all out, get it all about basic shape, and then I'll just draw this out, hit it with the scrolling pliers just to do the curl, and then put it around. Back in the forge, heat her up, normalise it once, and then heat it up to bright. Once it's normalised, heat it up to bright orange, and then in the water, quenched it. And that's the whole process of making a striker. This wasn't meant to be a tutorial, but I thought it's interesting to go through it, what my process is with that. And yeah, wanted to show off my new it's not a new it's a new purchase. These rasps, I've got a few of them now. I bought a few of the rasps, and I counted the other day, I've got 50 Wiltshire files, so I've got enough now to make a fair few strikers, and that's not including a couple of Nicholsons. I've got a couple of Nicholson Australian files, and a couple of unknown, and a couple of ones that I can't read. They're in different languages that I can't identify, and yeah, don't get them. But one last thing before I go, I did want to show you these rasps. I think they're tempered. They don't spark. This is unquenched, just as it is. They spark a bit, but they're not as good as some files. So that's on a pretty sharp edge compared to quenched. It's one of my best strikers. But anyway, yeah. Just a little project I wanted to do. I wanted to do an oversized rasp strike, and I think it should be good. I might even get all excited. I might even put a twist in here yet. So we'll see what happens. If the whim takes me. I've never been a real big fan of twists. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it'll feel when because I always lock my little finger in down there. So we'll see what happens. Anyway. A little up and coming project. I don't know if I'll get it done this forge session. I don't know when that is. We haven't even organised it yet, but it might be done next one or whatever. We'll see how we go. Anyway, thanks for watching.